allows us to share data alerts, and operational plans in integrated way. In this moment, I think what happened with social protection adaptative. This is for us the way to connect anticipatory action with this way of work, social protection adaptative. So, but because the government don't have a budget to say this is anticipatory action budget, but in protection, so in social protection, maybe. Okay, second, we need to flexibly financial mechanism that enables simultaneous activation without relying on isolated processes. And third, we must maintain political and technical dialogue space. We need to talk with the government. If we don't talk with the government, it's very difficult. Only protección social adaptativa siempre seguirá siendo vista como un trabajo de las organizaciones.
So social adaptive social protection can only be achieved if it's anticipatory through that coordination, that harmonization at the policy level as well, right? There we go. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you.
I already felt like a star when this microphone was put on my head in the morning. Now I feel even more famous. But yeah, it's a pleasure to spend this day with all of you. Thank you.
Special action, to implementation, to scaling up, to different things. And this journey has been, well, I've also moved with the journey. I remember my first job was FBF officer. It changed to early warning, early action officer. It's now a special action and climate coordinator. So the journey has been really evolving with people and with the different things that we've been doing since then. With the very first pilots, we're just testing this new concept, which were new not only to the Uganda Red Cross, but also to the rest of the colleagues from government that were speaking with. And it was weird. It was a weird concept to sell. And throughout this, we've learned quite a lot of things from how this has been evolving and the different things that we've been doing. For now, we have we've done early action protocols. We've done the flood early action protocol that has activated. We've done national dialogues. We've done the engagements with government, mainstreaming and special action part of the government plans. These are the Mount Hazard contingency plans. We are now reviewing the disaster risk management policies to make sure that the pieces of special action are captured as part of these government documents.
Welcome on stage. I know no matter how much you try to teach me how to pronounce WHH, I have failed on that one. Yes. Yes, you have been around the stage for quite a while, and there's been quite some good expansions around, among others, the Wahafa and all that. And we are curious, what's your journey been on AA as well? What have been the mountains you've had to climb, the valleys you've...
These are big questions for 5 minutes. Maybe I start to say it doesn't come with a surprise that that has maybe professionally not been the favorite year of my life, like for many of you. But to stand here in the end of the year and see all this crowd is really encouraging, because that's a space that we built, and it's, I was saying that in this little video exercise, it's not only a community of practice, it is actually a community of trust. And if I think about what did we learn, what did I learn, actually two things come to my mind that are not necessarily only connected to anticipatory action, but it's what we do if we just be 10% more courageous, and can we step outside of our comfort zone, because that's where the magic happens. You all know Pablo, and I think this is still something that is the mindset of this community of trust, and that's the way that we have been developing for the last 10 years. What's that? All right. Where is that? Anyways, thanks for that. That keeps me less time. I don't want to take us too long. I think we learned a lot. We talked about Made Up Bill. There was something I was thinking about, all these, what could possibly go wrong. There's so much that can go wrong, so much that does go wrong. We have a lot of disconnects, I would say. We have the disconnect of trying to do locally led anticipatory action, at the same time reaching scale. How do we do that? Can we maybe work with one community but scale to another? That's something that we try in the Oaxaca currently, but it's a challenge. Yeah, we have other disconnects between building something, fueling something. What happens in between? Can we continue? Can we institutionalize? We try to do that in our organization, try to do that with partners. All of that are learnings, but I think the most important really for me is that together we started at the point where we needed to define quite precisely what anticipatory action, or at that point forecast-based financing, or there were different origin stories. We heard about the Oktoberfest already, we heard about early warning, early action. I also remember how it was first time in London sitting with start people, and we tried to find a name, something between Paul the Octopus, because that was predicting World Cup. I don't know if you remember that. The anticipation, it was forewarned in the end. But so all these origins of stories, how did we come together in anticipatory action, and how can now, where we know we have a clear definition of what the one tool is, how can we reintegrate it into the toolbox? Because we really need to have an integrated vision that includes climate, that includes DRR, that includes development, all of these things. That is not new to you, but I think this is something that is our challenge in the upcoming 10 years. So as I see the clock is ticking already, I think for me really, it's four things that I want to take away from the learnings that we had from the last 10 years. One is, future needs to be more integrated. I talked about that. The second is, we need to be more targeted, and that's a bit a response to what happens now. I mean, we see the humanitarian reset, this hyper-prioritization. We see how the humanitarian system, the humanitarian community is forcibly focusing on life-saving, like the last bit of possible aid. We shouldn't do that. Yeah? That's not what anticipatory action is doing, but we still need to target those who are most at risk. Not those who are closest, but those who are most at risk. I think this targeting is something that we need to do a little bit better even. We need to be more coordinated still. This is a great practice, but we need to do that everywhere, in every country. We have still a lot of places. I mean, we saw in the first day that we have 150 anticipatory action plans and another 250 in the making. We have to think about how we connect them, how we work in one country in a coordinated way. We had sessions on that, we have OCHA, we have the Grand Bargain Commitment, all of that, but we need to get strong on that. And that's like maybe the core of it, we need to be as locally led as possible. And that's a call to all of us. I mean, we have one locally led session in this dialogue platform this time. We had problems with visa and so on, so all of that, understandably, but we need to double down on that. We need to see that we have a locally led response that can feed into the challenges of the next 10 years. And I think it's 8 seconds to go. I leave you with that. Thanks.
DJ Matthias Anderson.
Again, dancing.
What do I need to? Usually I sing on the last day. Usually.
This is not the last day. This is the second day. So you get to dance. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much, Matthias, as well. Yes, for sharing with us. And I do believe what about
My feet was a bit higher.